Welcome to Style Stories. I'm Imani Smith. Tell me who or what was your very first style inspiration? When did you start to care about what you were wearing? Was there a major life event that impacted your style?
So I've always cared about fashion. Like from the moment that I knew that this was a thing, I've always cared about it.
Welcome to Style Stories. I'm Imani Smith. I specialize in editorial, runway, and personal styling. And when I take on a new style client, I do an in-depth look into what prompts them to make the choices that they do. So Style Stories is going to give me a chance to talk to people who I admire their style. And this episode, the very first inaugural episode of Style Stories, is going to feature my OG, the multi-hyphenate mogul, the mood maestro. She's a philanthropist. She makes candles. She sells plants. She's a DJ, a visual artist, you name it. This is Erikka Gray. Erikka, thank you so much for giving me your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited, especially to be the first guest.
Yes, because honestly, I don't know. Yeah, nobody probably knows this, but we worked together years and years ago. Your very first store, District 78, and you actually let me cook. Like you let me make my choices as a stylist, and you trusted me.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do anything that I do today without you seeing whatever you saw in me at that time. So I really appreciate you. But
I'm super excited. You've always been an amazing stylist. Back then, it was a vision I didn't have. So you had that part of the vision and I trusted you to execute it.
thank you. And this whole entire time, you've been putting it on, and everybody knows it. I want to just jump right in. Like, tell me 3 words that you would use to describe your current style.
Mm, that's a good question. The 3 words that would describe my style, I would say are easy. I want to say classic, but that's not the right word. But I'm still going to say classic, easy, classic, and adventurous.
Okay, that feels totally appropriate because I feel like elements of your style do embody lots of ease. It doesn't feel
Mhm.
like you're lacing yourself into a giant corset or you're, doing anything crazy. It feels like you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Anytime I see you, it never feels like your clothes are wearing you. So I feel like I don't disagree. But what is actually inspiring you these days?
That's funny that you asked me that. So I was thinking about this interview and I figured that there would be a question like that of some sort. And I really thought long and hard about it because I feel like now is probably one of the times where I have really looked for inspiration in fashion. I feel like, fashion, it always repeats itself. And right now it's kind of like repeating itself in an era that I really enjoyed, but now I would not wear it. Like the baggy pants, the
Okay.
Y2K stuff. Back then when it was in, I was all for it. Right now, everybody's wearing these baggy pants. It's not the baggy like we used to wear, like 50 cent baggy. It's like this. I don't know. I love it. I love it, but I personally wouldn't wear it. I just feel like right now for me, it's not something that I would add to my wardrobe.
Okay.
So I think I've really been trying to find what is inspiring for me. And I think the classics are. So like even going back to like when the Gap used to be good,
Mm,
like now like that's what I'm getting back into. Like what are the basics that you can literally pair with almost anything from a hat, a jacket, shoes, a different t-shirt or an accessory, whether it be a bandana or a watch or a different belt. So really like getting back to those classic kind of like what they would call in vintage now, but like some of those classic pieces that you can really layer with anything.
So are you feeling like you're on the verge of building like a true capsule wardrobe, just like maybe 5 or 6 pieces you want to just mix and match, or are you just trying to build your basics up?
I think that's where I'm going. I've always been a person who really has enjoyed shopping and buying a lot of things. And within the last year, I have not. I haven't bought very many pairs of shoes.
Wow.
I haven't really been buying any clothes, but I have really been focused on like what are the staples that I would feel comfortable wearing again and again. I've always traditionally been the type of person. We going to an event, let me find something new to wear. We going here, let me find something new to wear. I'm going out of town, let me find something new to wear. That shifted for me where I'm like, okay, I know these are maybe the 10 basic things in my closet. If I do want to add another piece, I also want to add pieces that give me longevity. I try to stay away a lot from the fast fashion because I literally want things that are going to be, I can wear anytime. I can wear it in the summer, I can wear it in the fall, I can wear it anytime. So really just trying to get back to the classics. So like you said, I think building like that capsule kind of like wardrobe is where I'm at right now.
Okay, that's an interesting twist.
I know.
Word. Like I've seen so much of your evolution, and I feel like this feels totally different.
It is.
Like this moment in time. So I'm curious to see
Very
how the
much
fits
so.
turn
Me too.
out.
I'm really curious. We'll
Well,
see.
take me all the way back. Tell me who or what was your very first style inspiration?
Ooh, some of my first style inspirations were like TLC.
Okay.
Um, I used to love everything they wore. Like that whole like, girl band era when you had like them and Escape. I was very much like in there you wouldn't even call it tomboy because everybody was wearing it. So it wasn't like, oh, you're being that's just what everybody wore. Um, so those were like the first people like I seen like really like put stuff on and like put different things together. Like, oh, okay, so we wearing this with that. Like, okay, I like that. You know what I mean? They had like the tomboy thing, so you could still wear like a baby tee, but you have baggy sweatpants, and you
Mhm.
have like Deion Sanders on, or you have a Nike windsuit, but you had super short shorts on. So it was like that perfect blend of like what you would call like quote unquote masculine or feminine type of styling. But I really enjoyed it because I think that's always like who I've been anyway. I really like to mix like men's and women's wear. So that whole like early 90s, like where girls were wearing like what they would consider like masculine clothes, and
Mhm.
like TLC was just like my thing.
Nice. Yes, they definitely were very bold. Like those
Hmm.
early years, it was definitely like off the charts with the androgyny, but
Yeah,
still lots of fun.
yeah,
Like bold colors, very striking. So I can definitely
yeah.
see that seeping into your looks. Well, can you tell me what your first fashion or style memory was from childhood?
Ooh,
Anything that like
that's a
comes
good
to
one.
mind?
Um, so when we would, so I have a younger sister who's 3 years younger than me, and when we would go to Disney World, my mom is a seamstress, so
Is she?
my mom can sew anything,
Her
right?
mom is
A lot of people
rare.
don't know that I didn't pick up any of that. I can't even sew a button on, but she would take us to the fabric store and be like, pick out anything you want. And she would make our clothes when we went to Disney World. And
Wow.
we always had like literally, she wouldn't put any limitations on us. So I remember this like one pair of pants I had, like the pants were like black and white with like these weird faces on it. And the shirt had like all this color in it. And it wasn't like that doesn't go together. It's like if that's what you want, you
Well,
get it. You know what I mean? That's what everybody was wearing, like the flip sunglasses. So I just remember like me and my sister being able to like literally wear any and everything we want because my mom would be like, just go in there and pick it out. So we would pick it out and she would make it. And nobody else at Disney World would have anything that we had on because it was all like specially made for us. So like that's one of the first things that like really kind of set me on my trajectory to be like not afraid of like trying different things with fashion is because my mom really never put any limitations on us as far as like that doesn't match or that doesn't go together. It was like, if that's what you like, let's see how it goes.
my mind is blown because that is such a luxury and so empowering because so many people just get told what to wear,
Yeah,
like from, a kid, but just being able to make that choice
right.
and her being like, hey, go off,
Yeah, go
get
off.
in there.
And that's what it was.
That explains so much. Honestly, like after talking to so many different types of people, like you can start to hear where the root of their fears
Hmm.
come from. But like Miss Rita really empowered y'all to be fearless
Yeah,
with your choices, and I see it. I
yeah.
love that. Yes. But when did you start to care about what you were wearing?
I've always cared.
Yeah.
It's never not been a day that I didn't care. Like I went to Catholic school, so we had to wear a uniform. So we didn't have a whole lot of self-expression.
Mhm.
So it would come in the socks. Like you would get the slouch socks, or you take your laces and you barrel them at the end, or you push the envelope. Like they tell you can only wear this, but you like I'm gonna put these biker shorts up under my skirt and roll it up so you can see that I got the Nike biker shorts on. So I've always cared about fashion. Like from the moment that I knew that this was a thing, I've always cared about it. And it's been always like very personal for me. It's never been like for anybody else. It's never been like, you know, me and my sister are total opposites. Like my sister be like, if we going somewhere, you better tell me what to put on because otherwise I'm not wearing. It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
But me, I've always been like, I want to put it on, and I get that from my grandfather. Like he was always best dressed, always had on slacks and a shirt. I don't think I've ever seen him with gym shoes on in my life. Um,
Is this your maternal grandpa?
Yes,
Or
it's my mom's dad.
okay.
And so yeah, like I've just always cared about it. Always. Never been a time that I haven't.
Seems like okay. It's a long line of
Yes.
putting it on.
Yes.
Well, can you tell me about what your fondest fashion memory was growing up?
Oh yeah, so it's back to TLC. So this was like a video. I think it wasn't Ain't Too Proud to Beg, but either whatever video it was when like everybody was wearing like the Jordan two piece, but it was a baseball jersey and it was like this mustard color and it had like the red and the black letters on there and it had the shorts to go with it. And I was like, I seen it in the video. I was like, Mom, I have got to find this outfit. Like I have got to have this outfit, and we found it.
Ooh,
That was like the first thing that I was like, oh. And all my friends was like, where you get this outfit? I'm like, and
okay.
then around the same time, I had a 16th birthday party, and that's when everybody wore like the pinstripe Bulls jersey with
Mhm.
the that was just like the best time. Like during that, everybody had like the best sports athletic stuff. So that getting that Jordan outfit and like a Nike two-piece swishy set with the shorts, with the pullover with the V-neck and the Huarache tennis shoes, that was it for me.
Is there footage of this? Do you
I do
have a
have some
thought?
pictures. I definitely have some pictures and I will find them.
Please,
I will
because
definitely
I
find those for you.
have to see it. Have
It's
to.
with the
Come on, come on. Yes, have to see this. Have to. Well, tell me what was one of your favorite trends of the past that you wouldn't mind revisiting? I know you talked about the baggy pants. You kind of over. You don't want to dip your toe back in there,
yeah,
but
don't
like,
want to dip my toe back in
what
there.
would you want? What would you be inclined to revisit from the past?
Um, I do think it's like that traditional, um, like that OG Gap flavor, like with the good rugbies, like the good
Love a rugby
denim
shirt.
jackets, the good when jeans like fit you really, really good without all the stretch in it. Like I get it,
Mm,
us girlies, we need the stretch.
for
Like don't get
sure.
me wrong, but like having a good pair of denim back then,
Yeah,
it
it
was just
was.
nothing like it. It was nothing like having a good pair of denim, a great denim jacket. So yeah, like I really just am looking forward to going back to that. I was never like a big polo girl, but I did appreciate that era, like when everybody's wearing polo and
Mhm.
Nautica. I definitely got into it, but just like some of that more like it's not even traditional, but it was just like simple. Like you didn't have to do a whole lot. Like if you had a polo rugby and some jeans on, like you was good. You know what I mean? Like now people want you to do all this razzle dazzle. Like I ain't nobody trying to do all them rhinestones on the pants. Like no shade to the people that like rhinestones on the pants. I get it, but yeah, for me, I think it's just like going back. I remember I had like the leather aviator jackets,
Mm.
and some Nautica boots that had like this fur on them. It was fire.
Hold on now.
It was fire.
Okay. So you're more so kind of nostalgic for that clean cut, maybe early 90s kind of
Yeah,
a
like when
vibe.
eyes and them used to have like, it was before the clothes got too baggy, not the tall tee,
Mm-hmm.
like that era, but like when you have like an army fatigue jacket on and some jeans and like the Timberland boots, you know what I mean? And again, it wasn't guy or girl, like we was all pretty much wearing the same thing, you know what I mean? But it looked good on everybody, you know what I mean? And so
Definitely.
I like that. I don't think I will wear it again, but I do enjoy it.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. Well, at what point did you start to gain full confidence in your style? I know you weren't afraid to make your choices, but like, when did you know you had the authority to put that on?
I think it was in high school, honestly. Um, One of my friends worked at a store that sold like high end stuff. Like back in the day, we used to have a Benetton in Columbus,
Okay.
and so you know, if you was wearing Benetton, you was doing it. If you was shopping in Marshall Fields, like you was doing it. If you was wearing like the OG Donna Karen DKNY, like you was doing it. And this is when they had Donna Karen down at the Outlet Mall, between Columbus and Cincinnati,
Okay.
and we would go down there and clean up. Like I remember in high school, me and my friend, we had these Versace shirts, and like they were like these little. That's when you wear like the bodysuit with the baggy jeans, and everyone's like, "Where y'all get them Versace shirts?" Like we had them in green, orange, and black. And people always would be like, "Where you can't be from Ohio the way you dress? Like, where are you from?" I'm like,
The best
I'm
compliment
from
you could
Columbus. Like, my
receive.
family from Springfield, Ohio. Like, I'm from Columbus. So, yeah, like in high school, I think is like really when I started being like, okay, I enjoy this, and I like to be trendy, but I also didn't ever want to get too trendy.
It's a
So it's like
slippery
being
slope.
aware of what's going on, but I wasn't always like I gotta have every little single thing that comes out and knowing like what trends probably need to pass me. That's not really my thing, but um, and it's all just really about how you wear it and your confidence. That's what I've always known since high school.
So that was the beginning.
Yeah,
Well, on the flip side, what, if any, obstacles did you face as you started to develop your sense of style?
I think for me, um, being a woman who really prefers like men's clothes and to be a little more androgynous, when you kind of went through that era where everybody wearing like super tight stuff, all that, I'm like, I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing no high heels. Like none of this fits me. So I think I had to find a way to still stick to myself, what was out on the market, because you know when everybody when the style shifts, that's what is available, right? So you kind of have to go towards what's available. So I think for me, just like during that era, like really building up my own confidence as a woman who likes to present more in an androgynous type of way with styling, when most women who were wearing whatever was available in like the women's section, or
Mhm.
whatever. So I think I really had to like build my confidence in that because I do like to dress a little more androgynous.
Totally understandable. Well, was there a major life event that impacted your style? I mean, I'm sure there are multiple, but like, is there anyone that like you can think of that really like shifted things for you?
I would think that when I went to college, being in high school and knowing like that you are androgynous presenting, but you want to be in the safe space of high school, so you kind of probably didn't express myself fully in the way
Mhm.
that I wanted to with clothing because I also wanted to be accepted. Like I
Right.
want my friends that, you know, don't know because I really am not expressing the fact that I am gay or whatever. But those type of things matter when you're in high school, right? So you still want to kind of go along with the group or whatever. So when I went to college, I was like, oh, this is a new start. I'm about
Okay.
to really, it's up from here. So like from the moment I went to college, it was just like no holding back ever since then. So I think like I remember I had on something and my mom was like, "Are you gonna wear that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, what if people think that you gay?" I'm like, "Okay,
There we
good,
go.
because we ready."
All right. And I love that. I feel like that is that first start definitely kind of helps you to decide like, okay,
It was definitely a fresh start, and I
I'm
felt super super confident going into it.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. Well, is there a look or a period of time in your style journey that you may have some regrets about?
Ooh. Yeah, so like when I was trying to do like when I was working in corporate America, you know, you have to wear a certain type of thing to work, right? You have to wear certain colors. I worked at GE, it was a pretty strict environment, as far as like what you could wear, how you could express yourself. So during that time, I think I lost a lot of like edge as far as like how I like to dress
Mm,
because I was under this corporate umbrella. And so even like outside of that, you know, maybe instead of wearing like the dress pants, when I leave, I'm gonna put the jeans on.
mhm.
So it still wasn't really true to me. So I tried to I had to kind of like I don't know, like I felt like I lost a lot of like my style and maybe like my confidence as far as like how I presented myself during that time when I was at GE because I was also so worried about moving up the corporate ladder and that
Mm,
corporate ladder had a certain look, right? And so um I wasn't that certain look until I met some other people at my job that were like, "Oh yeah, you can still put that stuff on." I'm like, "Okay," but they
alright.
weren't maybe in Dayton, right? So when we would go other places and there's people from all the different sites, I'm like, "She's still I'm about to." So then, you know, I think when I seen somebody that looked like me that was still presenting in a more androgynous way and people still respected them, I was able to come out my shell and be like, okay, so I can get back into the swing of who I am and not be so worried about is this going to curb my career because I don't present how they want me to.
Nice. So once you did start to kind of reintegrate the essence of your style back into your corporate wear,
Mhm.
how did the people take it at the office?
They
Like,
loved it.
okay,
They loved it.
come on.
I mean, because I think I also showed more of myself. Like it was just kind of like, okay, this is who I am. Like you already know like who I am that way, but me presenting that way as well, it helped me just open up. So I think I was a better person. I was a better leader. I was a better employee. So yeah, I think everybody really appreciated it.
So powerful. We love to see it. Well, how do you like to acquire your pieces? Like what's your process like when you shop?
It takes me a long time to shop. I'm a slow and intentional shopper. I think, you know, growing up pre kind of like being able to shop online, you know,
Mhm.
you had to go to the stores, you had to go wherever you wanted to shop, you had to physically go there.
Very true.
And for me, I never really go in with knowing exactly what I'm looking for. Sometimes I may have like a, you know, overall thing like, okay, I know I want to find me a shirt or a sweater or whatever, but I try not to be so much of a stickler where I can't find the things I like. And because I shop in both men's and women's department, like I'm literally going through everything.
It takes
Like
twice as long, I would imagine.
every single thing. I'm going through the dresses, the shirts, the pants, the sweaters. I'm going through everything. And then I'm like, okay, what did I see over here that I liked? What did I see over here that I liked? Let me go back. Let me revisit it. I hate trying stuff on in the place. So I definitely got to buy everything and take it home and try it on.
Okay.
But I'm a very slow, especially now within probably like the last 3 years, very slow, very intentional because I'm looking for pieces that make sense. And now with access online, like because you don't know how it's going to fit until you get it,
Very
it's
true.
just doing a lot more research too, like, looking at the reviews, which is thankful for people being able to say, hey, I'm this height, I'm this weight, whatever, this is how it fit me.
Game changer.
It is. And so I feel like all of those opinions makes it easier. Sometimes you still get things that are amiss or whatever, but I think it gets you closer to like what may actually work for your body type and what you want to experience when you shop. So just really, I'm a really slow and intentional shopper. Like I don't mind going back for something or saying, I really don't need that right now. Let me go back. And if it's gone, I'm also not super attached where I'm like, dang, it's gone. It's like, okay, well, this is an opportunity to find something else. Um, Anybody that knows, like I used to be a huge vintage shopper. I've kind of gotten away from it now because I feel like unless you're really like going to like estate sales or like somewhere particular, like so much of it is picked through now and like fast fashion is kind of like replaced some of the really good things. Like I'm not going in there to buy stuff from Shein or whatever it's called. Like
Seeing Shein at the thrift is
yeah.
like,
So for me now, like it's become less fun and like you just don't really see the thing. So like I said, unless there's like an estate sale or something intentional, I haven't been using the thrift as much as I did before because it's just like the fashion is there. It's not something I would probably necessarily wear. Um, but also like a lot of like I also am very interested in like past fashion. Like I'm not the person that needs to get it when it comes out. If it's
okay.
a couple seasons older, that's even better for me. Like I want it when people are forgotten about it or the hype has died down or like, people got the most popular color or the most popular
Mhm.
version of whatever came out. I'm really interested in the pieces that nobody really wanted and nobody really took because to me those stand out more. And just like building like foundational things. Like I want foundational pieces that I can wear forever. Like people will send me a pair of shoes. I'm like, I've had these shoes literally for 7 years. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like I bought them 7 years ago, but you wouldn't know. Like, they're still on the shelves. They're a foundational piece. So
Yes. And that I feel like is how you truly build a wardrobe.
yeah,
Like buying things just because it's cute this season and throwing it in the trash, that is not how a wardrobe is created. And I
exactly.
want the people to understand that. But I love that you're like slowing it down a
Yeah,
little bit because truly, if you can't afford to shop whenever you want to, it's a slippery slope
yeah,
because
it
you're going to
is.
end up with
All
a
kind of stuff you do
mound
not
of
need.
exactly. So I'm glad you're editing a little
Yeah.
bit. But while you shop, can you tell me what you decide to splurge on versus what you decide to pinch a penny on? Like, what are you saving on and splurging on?
I'm definitely splurging on the shoes. I'm definitely splurging on like any type of bag that I get.
What
Um,
kind of bags are you wearing?
Right now, what am I wearing? I bought this Gucci bag like 4 years ago, and it's pretty much my everyday Gucci bag. I love it because it looks old, but it's new.
Okay.
I love the color of it. I have a Dior bag that I bought a couple of years ago. I like it because of the structure of it. And it's also like the opposite colorway. So like one of them kind of goes with anything just like brownish, red, maroons. This one is like black, grays, navies, those type of things.
Okay.
And I have this super old vintage Gucci crossbody that I got forever ago, like literally probably 25 years ago at DFW when
Okay.
Gucci was going through like a slump and they threw all this Gucci stuff at DFW. And so I have that. I have a belt from that time frame. So those are the bags that I'm carrying. And surprisingly, I love Architectural Digest, and they
Mm-hmm.
sent me a bag, so I've been carrying that bag like every day. Honestly,
Tote.
my tote. Yeah,
All
I've been
right.
carrying
Come
it like every
on.
day. I enjoy it.
I think I saw it.
Yeah,
It's
I
like a
love it.
kind of a citronelle kind of a
Yeah, I
color on
got it
it.
today.
Come
I love
on.
it.
So sounds like you're splurging on these accessories. What are you saving on? Like, what can't you?
I'm gonna save on a t-shirt. I'm gonna save on any of that kind of stuff. Like if it's a t-shirt, I really could care less about anything that's going under something.
Okay.
Um, I'm not spending much on like the clothes. Like a good pair of jeans, I will spend money on a good pair of jeans because I feel like finding a good pair of jeans that fits you
It's tough.
is tough. So I do not mind spending money on a good pair of jeans. But like a t-shirt, I'm not spending. If it's more than like $14, $15, I feel like that's too much.
I'm almost shocked to hear that.
I know. I'm shocked to say it, Imani, because you know how I am.
Okay.
So,
I,
matter of fact, I'm
this is
not
your
going to name the
truth.
store. I went in the store today and the shirt was $9.99. I put it back. I said, I'm not spending $9.99 for this. This is ridiculous. I was looking at it left and right. And was it worth $9.99? Probably. But for me, it didn't justify it as being $9.99. I'm like, I cannot do it. But I also have a process when I do these things. So I used to just be a person that would just shop and just get the things that I wanted. But recently I've really been trying to just cut back and buy meaningful pieces. So in my phone, if I'm out, say we're out shopping and I see something I like, I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna put it in my phone.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna buy it then. At the end of the year, the thing that I remember on that phone is the thing I'm gonna buy for myself.
Wow.
And that is a total shift for me, who would just be like, okay, let me get it. I'm gonna buy it. And the things that I have ended up with have been things that I'm super proud of, that I've really looked at. And it's not to say that this is what every single thing. Like there have been, I think the last thing that I splurged on was a pair of Prada hiking boots.
Okay.
And
Are we
I bought
hiking
those.
in the?
We're not hiking anywhere. We're not shoveling any snow. We're not hiking. I seen them in August of last year on Prada's website. On their Instagram, we went to Atlanta because Brittany's brother was going to Morehouse. We happened to walk in Prada, and he was like, "This is the last one." Could have been a lie. I don't even know.
It worked.
But they weren't online, so because I tried to buy them online, and I
Alright.
said, I put my foot in them things. I said,
There they go.
and we had a snowy winter, so I was able to wear them things in
Okay.
the snow. But I didn't hike and I didn't shovel, but I did walk in them.
Okay. That's important.
Yep.
All right. So we are splurging on the accessories. We are
Mhm.
saving on the t-shirts. I am
Yep.
shocked. But is there a piece that haunts you that you let get away?
Yes.
Tell us.
There was this Chanel. It could have either been a crossbody or like the waist bag,
Mhm.
and it was two of them. And for Chanel was a good price. And I looked at it and I tried it on. And I probably held onto this thing for like 2 hours in the store. Like I
Oh,
literally could
wow.
not leave the store. And of course, Brittany's like, buy it. Why are we waiting? I'm like,
What was the hesitation?
because I'm cheap in some ways. And I was just like, ooh. And I didn't get it that day. And I think maybe, I can't remember if I went back the next day or if I tried to go back. While we were still there, it was in Chicago. It was the only one. The lady was like, it's sold. And I still have a screenshot of this bag in my phone. And I searched for it online
No
because
luck.
when I find it, I am going to buy it.
Okay.
That is the one thing that I let get away that haunts me all the time.
Understand? Yeah.
It was fire. It was functionable. It was beautiful, just black Chanel with the gold with the two things on there. It wasn't overly feminine. It wasn't like, it was perfect. It was my perfect style. And I wish every day that I had that bag, that I would have bought it.
I know we all had something like that, but I was never expecting it to be something so classic that I feel like you should have.
I should have. There was no excuse.
Rubbing salt in the wound. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But is there anything that you absolutely refuse to wear? Like, what's a no for you?
I refuse to wear.
Like a color, a print, a brand, anything that you're
I
just
really
like
do
absolutely
not
not.
like animal print. And I'm sorry, honey.
No, it's okay. But I really tell us more, please. Please.
And I don't have a good reason. So I wore a really cute animal print outfit on my 40th birthday. Everything was animal print. The purse, the shirt, the pants, the shoes, everything. And I
recall.
loved that whole thing. And I had my one good animal print day and I cannot go back to it. It just doesn't, I feel too loud when I wear it. You know what I mean? And like I like to dress in like a quiet loud, and I feel like animal print is like very out there.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, I'm here. Look at this. Where me, like I want it to be like one thing that you see, like, oh, okay, I seen them shoes. Hey, you know about them. Like that's the kind of little flex I want. Like, and I just feel like animal print like puts you out there so much. And that's really the only reason I don't like it.
Okay. There are
Yeah.
revelations
Yeah.
being revealed this evening. Okay. Well, can you tell me about your favorite brands and who your favorite designers are currently?
Yeah. Prada is my probably my favorite brand. I love Prada. I like just it's just super like it's classic, but it is also they have some really good pieces. I think like most luxury right now, like it's getting unattainable. Like y'all's prices is getting out of control. But
It's getting wild.
I still very much I really, really like them. Um I know I probably said this a couple times, but like when I just want something easy and classic, I'm definitely going to the Gap. Zara too, like in that same type of thing, like when you just need something just easy, blends in, simple. Yeah, I think now like I'm not so much tied to brands anymore like I used to be.
Okay.
I'm more so looking like who has something that I want to take on and that I want to wear. Like, does it make sense? Does it feel good? Is it going to wash good? You know, I think right now we're in like this whole athleisure wear sweatpants thing. Like everybody's making sweatpants, everybody's making athleisure wear, and I love it. But I'm sick of paying 150 for sweatpants, and you get them home and there's beady balls on them. Like, I bought a pair of Adidas sweatpants for $36, and I've washed them 100 times and not one beady ball on them.
Come
But I
on.
bought another pair for 200 and some dollars. You wash them twice, and they shrunk, and they got netty beady balls on them. So yeah, like for me, like sometimes like just those classic brands are giving me a lot.
Oh, I'm like, is everything okay? But for real, like the illusion of luxury is.
Yeah. And I'm sick of it. Like,
But
so again, like I think I'm not so much, like stuck on the brand, but like when I go out and we go to places and we do have like the opportunity to look at quote unquote luxury brands, I think Prada is probably one of the first places. I like Margiela a lot because it's simple. They have some good like materials, Y3. Like those are some of the brands I like.
and I can actually kind of see your style being reflected through like just the core
Yeah.
principles of those brands.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense. Well, can you tell me about one of the best compliments you've received on your style thus far?
Honestly, for me, it's just like when I'm walking around and people are just like, okay, I see you. I see you with this fit. Like me and Brittany went to New York a couple, maybe like 2 months ago. And we went in some store. We actually were going to eat. And, it's New York. Like, people in New York, like, it's perceived that they're like, best dressed, them and like some of these other big cities. And so, to me, what I had on wasn't anything crazy. And they was just
What
like,
you have on? Gotta tell us.
I had on Britney's Prada Adidas collaboration nylon hat. I had on Prada Adidas. I had on what kind of shirt did I have on? I can't remember, but I had on like uh this black jacket, and I can't remember what else. But I think it was just like those two things because again, I like subtle things that also just like jump out at you versus like
If you know, you know.
yeah,
Mm.
those type of things. And so the guy was just like, I know you ain't from here. No, he asked, we were talking and he was like, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Cincinnati. He's like, ain't no way you from Cincinnati. And I was like, why? He was like, because people from Cincinnati don't dress like that. And I'm like, but also that's not true. Like, y'all gotta stop saying that. Like, there's a lot of people in Cincinnati who put on and have fashion, like not, and that's just like true about New York. Not everybody in New York has
Facts.
like the best fashion. But for me, like literally, it's just like when I'm out and about and people are like, oh, I see you, or y'all always look nice, or you always dress nice. Like those things are cool to me. Because again, like I never like do it wanting somebody to give me a compliment, but who doesn't appreciate a compliment about what they have on? So
I'm sure you've gotten a lot. Well, can you talk to me about what your absolute favorite look from the recent past has been? Anything coming to mind?
for myself,
Yeah.
ooh, um, I think because I've really been into like surprisingly, like I've never really been a person who likes to wear a lot of black. Um, but I found myself over like the past couple of years like really enjoying black. So anytime I can wear my black leather Rick Owens shirt and my like the pleated Issey Miyake pants
Okay.
and any type of thing with that, like that, I love wearing that. Like I can probably, if I had multiples of them, like multiple, I could probably wear that same thing all the time. Like literally a good leather Rick Owens shirt, like it's just classic. Like it's leather, it's Rick Owens. It has perfect structure. Everything about it is perfect. The pleated pants are like I dressed up sweatpants. Like
Mm.
they're more comfortable in the sweatpants, but they're dressier. They have a little more style because they're pleated. And any type of t-shirt under, like literally anything. Myers t-shirt, Gap t-shirt,
Mm,
it don't matter. Like because the outfit is those two pieces.
okay. That's fair. That is fair. Well, can you talk to me about one of the biggest risks that you've ever taken fashion wise? Whether it ended well or not, that's not the point.
Yeah, I can tell you one that did not end well. And this is a while ago, and Brittany always brings it up whenever we're talking about anything fashion related. It was like the dumbest outfit. I don't know what I was trying to get at, but it was terrible. It was when I had my store actually, and Olivia was working there,
Oh wow.
and I had on some gray Jordans. They were like the gray and the pink ones. I put on these high socks. I had on these cargo like khaki shorts.
Okay. Long, short.
They were like here, like
Okay.
mid thigh or whatever. I had on a pink and white striped Oxford like full button up shirt,
Okay.
and I think I tried to wear like some type of hat or something. And I just remember getting out the car, and Liv was like, "What do you have on?"
Oh, wow.
And Brittany was like, "Yeah, what do you have on?" And I'm like, I thought I was like killing it. Like I literally everything is iron. I'm like feeling like this outfit is fresh. And I found a picture of it and I looked at it, I was like, that looks awful.
What was it in hindsight that wasn't hit?
Everything. Like again, this was also during that time where I told you like I was trying to be corporate America, but outside of
Mm,
corporate America. So the pink stripe Oxford and like the khaki shorts was corporate, but then I
mhm.
tried to get too cute with the Jordans and the high socks to give it some razzle dazzle. And I was like, that did not look good. It was terrible. Like it was literally everything about it was terrible. And I always think about it. Another outfit is like I was going through like this phase. Like we went to a friend's wedding, and you know, it was androgynous gone bad. Like I had this terrible straw hat on and these dress pants and like this blue like Tiger Woods golf jacket and like this silk scarf that I done put around my neck like an ascot. It was trash. It was awful.
Is there photo evidence
Oh, it's
of
photos of
either?
all of
Okay,
this because I really
please.
thought I was killing it, but it was trash.
Have to see. Well, and on the flip side, talk to me about a risk that you took that like it actually did hit.
So one that did hit is actually one that you helped me with as we were preparing to go to Paris. And it was an outfit that it had a lot of color. It was red, it was blue, and it was yellow. And so it was like those kind of like Birkenstocks when they came in like all the different colors and they were kind of like rubber or whatever. Those were yellow. And the shorts were like a royal blue, but they were actually boxer shorts and they had like a white trim on there and they were like vintage and they were super cute. And then I had like this red polo style shirt, but it was also more form fitting
Mhm.
and it was satin just like the shorts. And I was a little nervous because I'm like, this is a lot going on. Like you got boxer bottoms, you got this, but it actually really worked. And we went to the museum that day, and so it just tied into like everything with the museum. And also on that same trip, we were going to the Louvre to see just see art, and we
Yeah.
decided we wanted to dress up. So I had on like these vintage green like Gucci shoes, and I had on like these kind of like 70s polyester pants that had a little bit of flare, not too much. And they were green. And I had the same type of shirt that I had wore before with the red. This one was green.
Mhm.
And again, it was a form fitting like polo satin shirt. And it just went really well with like all the photos that we took and the photo ops. And it felt very Black Parisian. And I was a little nervous because I'm like, it's a little out of my comfort zone with all of the color, but it worked out perfectly. Everything was great.
And I have to tell you, that trip helping out with that moment is a personal like career highlight for me because I'm like, whether I make it to Paris at any point in my life or not, my work
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So I'm forever grateful, and I'm so like, as you're describing those looks, the photos are popping into my
Yeah.
mind,
It
and
was a
I'm
fun time.
yeah, y'all ate that one up,
Yeah,
and
it was a good time.
they still stand. So I love a risk,
Yes,
and I'm so
you do
glad.
love a risk.
Yeah, I'm glad something was able to like work.
It did.
But can you tell me who and what has your attention at the moment? I know you're feeling the basic classic capsule wardrobe kind of moment, but like design wise or like a creator or anybody, like who is like really doing it for you right now?
I love Tracy Ellis Ross. Like, I love everything about her style. Love it. Like from A to Z. Like to me has very few misses. I just love her range in the way that she dresses.
Yes.
Like her casual wear is impeccable. When she gets dressed up, it's impeccable. I really like I can't think of her name, but she's a stylist for like Chris Paul, and she styles a couple of other WNBA players. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but I like the way that she does androgyny very, very well.
Herself or for the players?
For the players.
Okay.
And so I love the way that they dress. Like they come through the tunnel and all of their outfits are like super fire. She does a really good job with their outfits.
The WNBA girls are having like
They're having a time right
such
now.
a great time.
They're having a time, and I'm really proud of them because they're also getting a lot of designers that are starting to pay attention to them,
Mhm.
and they're making stuff for taller women.
Yes.
That and these women come in all different body shapes. Like they're basketball players, but not everybody is super skinny. Like you got curvy women that are still tall, that are still
Mhm.
fit. So yeah, they're definitely having a time. And then I love Pharrell always. Like Pharrell is always just like, to me, I just love it. Like even like when he was wearing women's Chanel because nobody else do. Like no other men wanted to go on Chanel and get the women's jacket. So I love Pharrell. Also like the stylist for Kendrick and what's his name? She also styles for what's his name? Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, okay.
Chalamet.
Yes, yes, yes.
I love her work. I like it. It's super grungy, but it's also very couture at the same time. I love the way that she dresses them up in their casual wear.
Mhm.
Who else do I like right now? Mm, yeah, I've been looking for inspiration. I'm gonna be honest. Like the whole dandyism thing right now, killing it.
Mhm.
Everything with that off the charts. No matter whose cover you pick, what stylist it is, who did what, all of that is been impeccable. Like I've really been enjoying that. And I like to put on a good suit. So to like see that in the
Mhm.
suiting is really good. And it makes me want to get back into my suits because I got two made when I went to Bangkok.
Mhm.
Hence why I gotta go to Pilates so I can get back into these suits.
There we go.
But yeah, so those are some of the people, and I'm steady looking for inspiration though. Um, I don't know, it just there hasn't been a whole lot that's kind of like struck me.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, you listed off quite a bit.
Yeah,
But what is your dream item that would complete your wardrobe? If that's even possible. But what's something that you feel like I really need that?
that Chanel bag that I didn't get.
Oh, RIP. Yeah.
I need
It's coming back around. Somebody's willing to let it go. It's coming your way. I know it is.
I need that bag, and this is also something super simple.
Yep.
When Off-White did the Converse, the high top Converse,
Mhm.
they had like the little orange tag on there. I missed those,
Did you?
and I was so mad. And I refused to like buy them off of stock exit. Like I was like, I'm not paying thousands of dollars for a shoe that was like a couple $100. Like it's just not gonna happen. So that's something simple. Like that's not a huge big item, but I really, really wanted those shoes. So maybe one day I'll get them. I would love to have those. Like they're just a super simple shoe. But again, it's one of those shoes where you see somebody with it. You're like, okay, see what you're doing. I like those kind of little things. So I would love to have those.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, somebody might see this and have a pair. I wear women's size 7.5. I mean 8, 9. Women's size 9.
Take a look. Well, I know your priorities are shifting more so to intentionality than
Mhm.
flash. Is there anything else that's like more top of mind now to you when you get dressed versus any other time in your life?
Really comfort. It's something I've always been into that people think is funny. Like when you tell people like, oh, I love socks. Like I love socks. When I say you like a good pair of socks, like is everything. Like I don't want no quitters. When you wear them, by the time you get to the end of the block, they down in your shoe. Like give me a good pair of socks. And J. Crew has good socks.
Okay.
The Gap has good socks.
I love a good
Kiss
sock.
has good socks. I want a good sock. Burberry has some good socks, especially good dress socks. But I'm all about comfort. Like I want things that are comfortable but are still fashionable. Um, you know, I don't need to be flashy anymore. Like I'm past that. And I've never really been flashy anyway, but um I'm just like not really interested in that. I really want to like, and I also like am more interested in structure. Like, are things fitting you properly?
Okay.
Is it your size or did you need to go down one? Do you need to go up one? Do you need to have that tailored? And also like those type of things, like it's okay to get your jeans tailored. I don't care where you get them from. Like
Absolutely.
if you got them in Old Navy and you really like the length of them, but maybe they're little, if you're gonna wear them jeans, I don't care if you pay $45 for them. If that's a pair of jeans that you're gonna wear, it's worth getting tailored.
Tell the people.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
worth getting your stuff tailored. If you like it and you're committed to it, it's worth getting it tailored.
Stuff like that is the backbone of
Yes, get it
style
tailored.
right there. What fits? So fit is a major priority these days. We love to hear it. How long does it typically take you to get ready every day?
10 minutes, maybe.
Really?
Yeah. It don't take long at all. Like nowadays, before when I had more options, it would take me forever. And also would be depending on like where I'm going. But now, like literally, I've been super, super intentional about scaling down my wardrobe. So it doesn't take long. Like I've limited myself to maybe like 10 pair of pants. So, one of these 10 gonna have to work.
Well, talk me through your process. Like, what is it like? You're at the edge of the bed. You're imagining your day. What happens between that moment and you leaving the house?
I always think about the first place I'm going.
Okay.
Sometimes I was going to a coffee shop and I was like, I want to be coffee shop cute.
Okay. Say
So
more.
I went from the shoes. I'm like, what shoes do I put on if I want to be coffee shop cute, right? Like, I don't want to look rushed because I'm not really rushed, but I'm not trying to overdo it because I'm going to be sitting working in a coffee shop. So it was just like, I still want to have something cute on. So, I put the Gucci Adidas on. That's a base. Anything can go with that. Like I'm literally, that's the outfit. So I put sweatpants on with it, a jean jacket, with a shirt, with a hat, different type of hat. Um, but I always think about where am I gonna go for the day? Is it also the weather? Like certain things I'm just not if I know it's about to be pouring rain, like I'm not wearing a leather Rick shirt out in the rain. So that's off the table. But that means like you need a cute little nylon jacket. You know what I'm saying? So it's always starts to like where is the first place I'm gonna go that day? And what kind of like tone do I want to set for myself?
Okay. So do you focus on like one item that you're like, I want to put that on today? Or is it more so weather, mood, location? Like,
And I think being functional, like if I'm gonna be sitting somewhere all day working, reading, that's different than if I'm gonna be in and out. You know what I mean? Like, am I going to a party or am I going to an event where I'm going to be standing more? Like, I may pick a different shoe, which means I have to pick a different pant. So it's really just about what am I going to be doing for the duration that I have to have this on? Is it going to be comfortable for me to be able to sit in
very
or
true.
stand in?
Very true. Well, talk to me about maybe your top three favorite things in your wardrobe right now. I know you've mentioned your Issey Miyake pants and your Rick Owens top. Anything else that's like top three fave?
Yeah. So the Issey Miyake pants, um, jean shirt. I would wear a jean shirt every day if I could. Um, the third thing I'm going to say is probably my red velvet Gucci Adidas.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. And can you talk to me about something that you could never part with? Like, despite your transitions and your eras and your priority shifts, like, what is it that you just can't get rid of ever?
I have original pair of Tiffany low top dunks, and since I've had them, they have gone. $3,000 in price, whatever. And I always think about selling them because I'm like, oh, I could sell them. I can't for nothing. And they've even gotten to the point now, like the switch on it is silver, and like there's like this protectant on it, like it's starting to come off. And I'm like, at some point they're going to be worth nothing because the silver is coming off. But I refuse to let those go. Like I love those shoes so much. I don't wear them, and that's probably another reason why the silver is coming off because they sit in the box. I used to wear them all the time, but I just haven't, I had the opportunity to wear them. But that's one thing that I'm like, I will not let go. The other thing I will not let go is the Gucci crossbody that I got at DFW. Like it literally, it closes with Velcro. Like the Velcro is like on this last leg.
Oh,
I could easily just sew it back together. But for me, I'm also like one of those things. Like I feel like when you alter like the natural process that is taken, it's just something different about it. Because I could easily fix that Velcro on there, but I'm not going to. But I'm also not going to get rid of it.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. Check. I mean,
Okay. 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 I'm down to my last three. All right. Okay. As we wind things down, I do have to know, is there any item or trend that you're absolutely sick of seeing?
all these New Balances that people was wearing, like, don't come out with another pair of these dad grandpa shoes. I'm sick of them. Like every brand, every color, I don't like them. I don't like them. I did not engage in it.
Okay.
They've had some very cool colorways. I know that a lot of people love it, but I just was not able to get behind that trend. I do not like them.
Justifiable. I completely understand. Well, talk to me about maybe like 20 years from now. How do you imagine Erica dressing?
Baby, let me tell you. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know, probably in like a two-piece something, little velour, little comfortable two-piece velour something. Still gonna be wearing my red Gucci Adidas, so the two-piece gonna have to go with that. But I'm
Okay.
gonna be two-piece down in
All
20
right.
years.
Classic retiree vibes. I
Yeah.
love to see it. Okay. And finally, do you have any style advice for the folks that are out there that are inspired by you, whether they want to admit it or not?
I know this sounds cliche, but like, where was comfortable for you? Like, so often we really try to go into trends and things that just don't work for you. And also, don't dress for other people. I don't get dressed thinking, oh, I hope they like this outfit. I get dressed knowing that I'm going to like this outfit. I get
True.
dressed knowing that I look fire in this outfit. I get dressed knowing that I'm super comfortable in it. And I also try not to be so trendy where your closet is full of trendy things, but it doesn't have any personality. It doesn't have any pizzazz. It's just full of like, I know this came out in this capsule. I know this came out in this collection, but they're not pieces that you would wear outside of that because they're so like definitive. Like they don't have any personality outside of being in that capsule or that collection. And also like, don't get stuck. Like there's a thing in psychology, like whenever you felt you looked your best, you tend to get stuck in that.
Mm-hmm.
And as you age and progress, you gotta let go of the Sean John, or you gotta let go of whatever it was when you was like the most popping it, and you gotta evolve. And that's okay to evolve. It's okay to accept that I love this trend, but it's probably not for me. Like I said, I love the baggy jean. It's not for me, but I admire it. I love the people that are doing it. And it's not even about an age appropriate thing. Sometimes you just start looking, it just doesn't look right on you at some point. So
Understandable. And I've
yeah.
literally written about that exact phenomenon. So I'm
Yeah.
so glad you mentioned it. But Erica, that is my deep dive into your style story. Can you just tell the people what you're working on right now, where they can find you, what's happening with you?
Yeah, so find me on Instagram at BY District 78. I just released a digital magazine that I'm super proud of called District 78 Living. So you can find the link in my bio if you go to my Instagram.
All right, guys, this was Erica Gray, and this was her style story. Thank you so much for watching.